We often wonder whether differences ignite creativity or simply force us to submit to harsh truth. Haruichi Furadate enters the scene not to provide an answer but to build a stage where both philosophies can clash. Haikyuu Season 3 portrays that divergence in a beautiful way, both through teams and individuals, showing that there isn't only one way of fighting to reach the same goal, or the other side of the net in this case. Each side has its own approach, one that goes hand in hand with the values they carry and the personalities they've built throughout their journey. Karasuno lets go of the past in pursuit of new horizons, taking risks and relying on a creative arsenal to outweigh their flaws, whereas Shiratorizawa acts according to what they believe simple is best, where raw force and height become weapons sharp enough to cut through any creativity standing before them. I found it really amusing to watch a contest between two philosophies, because despite one team coming out victorious, it doesn't mean its way is absolute or the right one. I was fairly satisfied that the series leaves the final answer to the viewer, where everyone is free to choose a side, must stay indifferent based on their own experience. I also loved how it goes beyond teams and reaches individuals, and sometimes even exists within the same team. For instance, Tsukishima, the analytical and rational thinker, and Hinata Shoya, a force of instinct that refuses to be contained. And it goes even further with the competition escalates from two rival teams of 6 players to teammates like Hinata and Kageyama Tobio, or Ushijima Wakatoshi and Tendo Satori on the other side. All of it unfolds beneath the words written on each team's banner, where every slogan slowly stops being just a sentence and becomes action manifested through every rally, every decision, and every ounce of team spirit inside the court. Again, the duels in this particular season gave so much room for characters other than the protagonist to shine and reveal different aspects of the story, to the extent of bringing back their past and through flashbacks, and it was awesome getting to know them more outside the protagonist's shadow, making the world feel much richer than just following Karasuno. I also want to highlight the beauty that Haikyuu's soundtrack brings, drawing in completely into the moment. Battle of Concepts in the last episode is the perfect example. I mean, the first half of that episode was purely cinematic. Some of the best minutes to ever grace this season, or maybe even the series as a whole. The pacing was really good as well. Every scene had enough time to be built accordingly. Sure, some sets were sacrificed for flashbacks and build-ups outside the game, but honestly, that didn't bother me one bit. This season was filled with so many emotions through each episode, and throughout each episode, you can always find a dominant theme: obsession and passion, which Tsukishima finally embraces, envy and admiration, or jealousy of Shiratorizawa's head coach, Washijo, towards Hinata Shoyo, who represents everything he despises in a player. And somehow, even he reminded him of himself and what he could have been if he didn't submit to the belief that raw power and genetics are everything. Alongside that, there is also the beautiful display of trust and reliance among teammates. So much more. That being said, I really enjoyed rewatching the 3rd season of Haikyuu. If you're wondering whether you should give it a try, I personally think it's absolutely worth it. Even if you find the first seasons a little slow-paced, it's a great anime. Whether you simply want to relax, cheer up, or just enjoy a story with genuine depth. Maybe that's what makes Haikyuu so memorable, not because it proves one philosophy right, but because it finds beauty in letting opposing ideas coexist in the same court. Well, this is where my humble review comes to an end. Thanks for listening.